sending an 87-man team to earthquake-stricken Turkey to help in search and rescue operations there. Senators are blaming Julie B. Ranara's recruiter for the OFW's eventual death in Kuwait. President Bongbong Marcos is now in Japan for a 5-day official visit. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. The death toll from the devastating earthquake that struck Turkey and Syria has jumped to nearly 10,000. In Turkey, the number of fatalities is over 7,000, while more than 2,500 people have died in Syria. These figures could still rise as thousands are still trapped under the rubble. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has already declared a 3-month state of emergency in 10 of the country's provinces. Assistance from the international community continues to pour in, which Erdogan is thankful for. The Philippines will be sending manpower and equipment to Turkey to assist victims of the magnitude 7.8 earthquake. Brian Castillo with the details.
Following the order of President Bongbong Marcos, various government agencies have assembled their personnel for a trip to Turkey. They will be helping in search, rescue, and relief operations. Led by the Office of Civil Defense, the 85-man team is composed of personnel from the Armed Forces of the Philippines, the Health Department, MMDA, and the Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority. This comes after the Turkish government sought the help of the Philippines for additional manpower, medicines, and equipment following the 7.8 earthquake that shook the country on Monday.
We really extend our deepest sympathies to the Turkish government. We know that the Turkish government is very kind to us. Ang laki na naitulong nila sa Bangsamoro, ang laki na naitulong nila sa ating mga humanitarian needs, especially sa COVID-19. Tumulong din sila sa mga vaccines. Lahat ng mga kailangan ay inaayos na po namin.
Most of the Philippine rescue team are soldiers from the AFP.
We were sending 2 groups from the Army and the Air Force, totaling to 33 personnel, 21 from the Army, 12 from the Air Force. And they're all trained in search and rescue operations. Marunong sila sa mga collapse structures search and rescue. They have the training and equipment to do these special tasks.
For its part, the Health Department will bring doctors, nurses, medical technologists, and pharmacists to help quake victims. They will also bring 16 tons of medical equipment and medicines.
Nasa amin ng mga gamot, nasa amin ng mga medical supplies, nasa amin ng mga medical equipments. Up to the point na pwede tayo makapag-intubate on the site, and meron tayong portable ventilator na dala-dala rin.
Meanwhile, the MMDA will also be sending a team to help in search and rescue efforts for residents still trapped under the rubble.
Ito pong 12-man team natin ay veterano ng Nepal. Sila rin po yung naka-rescue nung may gumuhong supermarket sa Pampanga. Meron po tayong dalang mga equipments tulad ng life locator kung saan kahit 45 feet po ang lalim ng rubble ay nadidetect po nila kung may tao or object na gumagalaw. Meron din po tayong mga victim locators na naririnig po kung may sound na nagmumula sa mga gumuhong gusali.
Due to the winter season in Turkey, Defense Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr. is asking the Turkish Defense Attaché to ensure that the Philippine contingent will be provided with warm clothing. Baguio City has also pledged to support the clothing needs of Filipino rescuers.
Tumawag tayo kay Mayor Magalong at ngayon ay nagpo-produce tayo ng mga 10,000 blankets na makakapal at saka merong tayong tinatawag na mga gloves at saka yung mga bonnet.
The Philippine Interagency Contingent is set to fly to Turkey this evening. Their direct flight to Istanbul will be shouldered by the Turkish government. For News 5, Brian Castillo, we are One News.
President Bongbong Marcos is on his way to Japan for a 4-day official visit. At 1 p.m. today, the president departed from Manila to Tokyo for the visit, which he calls an essential one. He said that the trip is part of the country's larger foreign policy agenda. Marcos also said that he will seek to further strengthen bilateral ties between the two nations. The chief executive will be in Japan until February 12, where he is slated to meet with Prime Minister Fumio Kishida and Emperor Naruhito. We're bringing you more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Senators grilled the recruiter and employment agency of Julie B. Ranara, the OFW who was murdered in Kuwait last month. The details from Mayan Los Baños.
That's why you're not monitoring. That's why your monitoring is ineffective. Inutil yung monitoring nyo. Your monitoring system works. You're saying every day you check, you monitor. A day before she died, ganito yung situation. If you don't have the heart for the OFWs, ganito lagi mangyayari, araw-araw ganito mangyayari, taon-taon ganito nangyayari, sawan-sawa na kami mag-hearing dito.
Senators lashed out at the local recruiter of Julie B. Ranara, the slain OFW in Kuwait, for supposedly being remiss in checking on her. However, Catalyst International Manpower Services insists that they have enough monitoring mechanism, but Ranara did not report the abuses she was experiencing.
Wala naman po siyang traces na sinaktan siya or merong hostile working environment. And as a matter of fact, tine-check din po namin yung mga TikTok, yung mga Facebook.
During the hearing, Attorney Castillon also said that Ranara was allegedly pregnant and was in a romantic relationship with the son of her employer, the suspect in her killing.
What proof do you have
It was
para sabihin na there's a relationship? Kasi pangit ito, nagsasalita ka, patay na yung tao. She can no longer defend herself.
yes, Mr. Chair.
Give me proof.
But based on the autopsy report from Kuwait, OWA said Ranara was not pregnant. Senators moved to delete the said claims of Castillon and the lawyer apologized. The Department of Migrant Workers already canceled the license of Catalyst International Manpower, while senators ordered the DMW not to grant the agency any license from here on. The DMW was also not spared from the hearing after Senator Raffy Tulfo expressed his dismay towards Secretary Toots Ople for not implementing a total deployment ban to Kuwait. The DMW said that before Secretary Ople flew to Japan, she ordered the implementation of a targeted deployment ban for first-time domestic helpers in Kuwait.
Targeted ban po. So by that, we mean yun pong ban na i-impose ay para po sa mga household workers bound for Kuwait na mga new hires po. Ang bulto po ng ating mga problema na nagkakaroon po ng pagmeltrato ay nandun po sa mga new hires na umaalis, sir. Kaya ito po ang sabi ni Secretary Toots na in the immediate, ito ay ating iban muna.
OWA is also pushing for significant reforms that will be tackled in the upcoming bilateral talks with Kuwait, while contracts of first-time OFWs are deferred. Reporting for News 5, Mayan Los Baños, we are One News.
In sports, Lakers superstar LeBron James is now the all-time scoring leader. He shattered an almost 4-decade-old record. The history-making shot, a fadeaway jumper from the left elbow from James late in the third quarter in their game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Lakers, though, fell to the Thunder 133-130. But it's still a celebration over at the NBA. James has now broken the record held by fellow Laker great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar since 1984. The King did it in 151 less games. James's family was present to witness the historic event, as was Kareem himself. Several athletes and Hollywood stars were also present, including rapper Jay-Z and boxer Floyd Mayweather. Still in sports, F2 Logistics and Cherry Tigo each racked up wins to open up their respective campaigns in the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Marty Bautista tells us more.
After the F2 Logistics cargo movers took the first two hard-fought sets, the PLDT high-speed hitters figured it was time to bounce back. Both teams were neck and neck in the fifth and final set. Abby Maraño broke a 14-all deadlock after rejecting Mika Reyes in the middle before Kim D connected on a back row hit that hit Reyes' arm and bounced out.
F2 Logistics wins this game.
Final score 25-22, 25-21, 14-25, 20-25, and 16-14 in favor of the cargo movers. The match took 2.5 hours to finish, with newly added Myla Pablo making noise in her F2 debut with 21 points to lead all scorers. D added 17, while Maraño finished with 11 markers for the cargo movers.
Gracefully. Pod was rejected, but it is outside.
The next game was a stark contrast to the first match, with the Cherry Tigo crossover sweeping the Signal HD Spikers to open their campaign in the new conference. Both teams were battling hard in the extended opening set. Tied at 25 all, Cesarina Grace Carandang's quick thinking and a signal error allowed for Cherry Tigo to take the first frame.
Land cleanly and easily done. Delivered by Carandang.
In the third, Shaya Adorador's down-the-line halted Signal's comeback bid, which saw the HD Spikers close in after getting down by 5.
Yes, open spot, and we arrive at match point.
Team captain Mylene Taat led Cherry Tigo with 15 points, while EJ Laure added 13. The PVL All-Filipino action continues on Thursday at the Phil Oil Center in San Juan. First game is between Signal and the Creamline Cool Smashers at 4 p.m., followed by the Petrogas Angels versus the Choco Mucho Flying Titans at 6:30 p.m. Catch the games on One Sports and One Sports Plus. For News 5, Marty Bautista, we are One News.
And for more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I am Sean Yao. We are One News. All sides, all the time.